Okay, it's 2:15. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining my second session today. And our thema, and this is the first session, I will do some demo at the end, is the employee life cycle in terms of access to any classified information or to secrets. And that's a part of my life. You know, I'm the guy behind SecureAnyBox5, and because of this technology, we are involved in many projects, and that is something we are dealing with quite often. So we've been kidding around AI here during the conference, but it's not that, spread yet. So we still have human beings, employees, as a common class of users. And that, is connected with some challenges because human beings, what do they do? See a fluctuation. In some customers, they change 30 to 40% of all employees per year. Yeah, that's quite huge. They migrate, inside the company. So they are being promoted to different roles, different positions. They leave for maternity leave or paternity leave. They can suffer a long-term illness. And of course, even your users are not immortal. So you can lose them forever. Yeah? One day, instead of your employee, police can arrive and say, sorry, guys, we are just here to let you know that your employee will not come anymore. So those are situations. Oh, jail is very special. It's not in my list, yeah, but maybe it's similar. So that's what you can challenge, and it looks quite normal unless we investigate the secret. So for this session, my morning session was about EMEA, how to migrate from EMEA to Einordnung. Yeah. So this time we expect that everything is quite organized. So we start with properly deployed and use, let's say, SecureAnyBox5 or some competitive product. I do not know about anything which can compete us, but maybe you tell me later. So users, they have access to various systems. Of course, that's why we have IT department. We manage everything for them. So there are different IT systems or information systems, and employee, they usually create some content. It can be, a bunch of documents. If an employee is a doctor is writing some, notes about patients. In the accounting department, they are accounting. So they simply generate data, and we keep the data in the information system. And when the employee creates content, we want to keep the content. So even if the employee ends in jail, like you said, we still want the content. We've been paying for it, yeah? Or the organization been paying a salary, an employee been generating some content, and that was it. So if anything happened, like we had those examples, we can disable and maybe later remove the user's account. That's a standard thing. Huh? Or if the employee is still working for the company or the organization, just at another position with different role, we can change access. Maybe many of you use IDM or any other product like NetIQ IDM, and you do it in an automatic way, or you can do it manually. That is not that important. Yeah, you can do it manually or technically. But there is an exception, and the exception is secrets. Yeah? Because again, we want to keep everything, it's there, what was created by the user. When the user had access to secrets, you stop the user from accessing the secrets. You cannot remove the remains from his or her brain. It's there. It's in some cache. It can be written down on a paper. Yeah. So that can be even. I remind you about my morning session in a private mobile, in a browser, notebook, whatever. So that's pretty risky. Yeah. Because you want to protect the secret. That's a different situation. It looks similar. It's like yet another information system, just we keep secrets in there. No, no. We need to protect the secrets. That is the difference. So when you see how it is with a standard information system, you have an employee yesterday and the employee and in the jail today, okay, we stop the user from accessing the information system, and that's okay. Done. We have the data, employee has no access, so the employee cannot, I don't know, delete the content, cannot modify the content. It's just there. But when it's about secrets, the situation is different because, okay, again, we stop the user from accessing the secrets, but that's not enough. It's not okay because we do not know if the user remembers it, has it somewhere, etc., etc. So whatever is compromised by a user is at risk. Of course, you can tell me, yeah, but even the users who are still working for us, who are still employees, they also put the information they work with at the risk. Yeah, but if you are an employee, there is some, let's say, agreement. You sign something that, okay, I keep it in a secret. When you stop being an employee, that's change. Yeah. So the only thing you can do, the only measure which really works, change. If there is a password, change it. Then you are 100% sure that the password is protected. Of course, some unique customers, to be honest, SecureAnyBox5 is that exceptional technology that we have customers not from Russia, from other countries. So our customers, among them are police, army, some special organizations. They look like a regular company, but they are not. Yeah, universal exports. And they can solve the problem in a different way. As maybe you read news, so you know that what happens, I don't know, once per month at least, somebody from Russia falls from window. Okay, then secrets are protected. That's a very extraordinary way, but they do it this way. Okay, but nothing like that is not implemented in our software. Yeah, we do not use electric shocks to protect your secrets. So you really need to do something. And when I start talking with some prospect, with somebody who is interested in our software, I always ask them, what is your process? What do you do if you need to let's say, protect your secrets if somebody is leaving? And when I see their eyes, I immediately know they do nothing. So I ask them, oh, you meet, you organize a meeting, you discuss, you find a solution, right? Yes. But that's something you really need to do. So if there is a user who is leaving or who is migrating in the company or whatever, yeah, you need to solve the situation. And first, you need to investigate what is compromised, what kind of secrets is compromised, and what to do. Yeah, maybe if it's about the IT department, you think, oh, I can do it myself. I know it's printers and servers and arrays or whatever. I can do it myself. But we have also other departments, yeah, financial department, accounting department, logistic department, whatever department, yeah, and they do their own things. So you maybe manage the services for them, but you do not know what is the importance of the data, what it can touch. Yes, or it's like, you know, oh, we have some information about the bank account, but without this small smart box, nobody can do it. So that's okay, for example. But you need to know, and you need a confirmation. So the good thing is organize a meeting. I'm the old guy, always prefer meeting in person, because, you know, 70% of the information comes non-verbal. That's called a non-verbal. You see the other guy, the other person, and you feel, oh, this guy is in real troubles. He says no, but I see he is. So I recommend you, in this case, meeting in person. Seriously. Especially if you are responsible, or if you are considered as responsible, I definitely recommend you meeting in person to get all the information, not only the 30% of verbal communication, but also 70% of non-verbal communication, okay? And there you can identify the responsible people, and that can be across the departments. We have one customer in Switzerland, and that customer is a really huge organization, and their SecureAnyBox5 is divided to 125 domains, 125 domains. That's because they have so many departments. It's a government customer. And they share secrets across. And that is like, I'm responsible for my team, you are responsible for the data. And the deal is, whoever will be a target with this tag, we do not use groups, but the group works similar, or tag works similar like a group. You will let that person to access your data, but you are the owner of data, you understand the data, and you know, is it a problem, yes or no, okay? So across the domain, I know my work was, let's say, to give a group membership to somebody I trust. But you know, is this a problem, yes or no? That person had access to it, but that person access it. Having a potential to access and access is a huge difference. So you need to ask that people, definitely, and that is something you cannot do technically. It's a really a action. And then again, the only solution is to change the data. If a secret is compromised, change it. But we have, let's say, basically two kinds of secrets. What is easy to change? Passwords, and other stuff, especially in the IT department. Sometimes it can take time. You know, that it depends. If you change password in eDirectory, it happens within, in less than a millisecond. With synchronization, let's say 10 milliseconds. If you do the same with Active Directory, it depends. But maybe after 15 minutes, you can be okay. But there are other systems, and you know that if you want to change, let's say, some master password or the only admin password, you need to stop it, change it, restart it, some erase and whatever. So you have to plan, like, okay, we are going to do it on Saturday midnight. So it needs some planning, it needs some time, but still doable. But what is not easy to change are keys, certificates, licenses, because imagine you have a website, and the website is critical thing for your company. We have one customer, they run in a problem That's why they bought SecureAnyBox afterwards. And that's an insurance company from Netherlands, not from Germany also. And let's say what makes their website trusted, the keys, the certificate, was at a risk. And they were afraid like, oh, somebody can create a fake website and promise insurance for free. And we can be in deep troubles. Yeah. So that is not easy to change, but it's still doable, but not easy. Really not easy. You can do it, but it's not that easy. So, but when I say easy or not easy, the other parameter is the range. Because if you need to change 10 secrets, yeah, I do it when I enjoy my coffee after the lunch. Yeah. But if you have, let's say, you may be not big, so your number of secrets is 10,000. My company has more than 10,000, because we work for customers. We work for customers. So the question is, what is the range? Is it everything? Or can I recognize what needs to be changed if this specific user is leaving? That's a real difference. So in my example here, my slide is I compare 10,000 against 50. This is nothing. This is a real problem. Yeah. What happened with that company, the insurance company, the number, because they went in the situation that they had to change everything, was 2,350. They very quickly recognized that they cannot do it themselves, so they hired a company, not us, we do not do such things. They hired some company. Even then, it took 6 weeks. 6 weeks, 2,350 secrets. And I asked CSO, how was your sleeping during those 6 weeks? And he said, honestly, not that good. But finally, they've been lucky, nothing happened. They changed everything and they were okay. Why they run in problems? That is very easy, because that was the situation. They've been using KeePass, shared KeePass. You remember my morning session? So if you have such a single instance storage, let's say, anybody who has access to it compromise everything. Yeah. You even, because access to file means that you have access to a file, you even do not know how many copies you can find in the world of that file. Yeah. I had a very nice discussion with our partner from Australia, and he told me, hey, Václav, we use, I don't know, Excel, but that is not a problem. I say, oh, really? It's not a problem. Why? That file can be anywhere. No, it is not anywhere. I say, oh, really? How can you know? Oh, I told my employees not to do it. Yeah. Hey, to be honest, it's always good to tell them. Legally, you should. You know, those warnings like, this information system is for employees only. If you are not an employee, do not touch it. Yeah, some people, when they see such message, oh, let's try. But legally, you let's say, did at least the first step. You inform them in a very clear way, no trespassing. Yeah, we are shooting without warning, like in South Africa. If you've been in South Africa and the border between South Africa and Namibia, there are diamonds on the ground. But the message says, yeah, we know we have diamonds here. Do not collect them. We shoot without warning. That's clear. Yeah. So better situation is if you have an enterprise solution like SecureAnyBox. That's the logo of our product. because then you know, and you are 150% sure that this user compromise, let's say in this easy example, 3 records. So, okay, we know what is compromise, and what we can do, we can change it. It's changed, nothing, no errors, done. If we talk about something which is easy or not easy to change, talk about something which is easy or not easy to change. So if you want to handle the user's life cycle properly, you must add some special steps, special actions to a standard process. Like I mentioned, you let's say disable the account. Okay, for most of your IT, it's okay. For secret, it is not okay, and you need to continue. Yeah. So to be able to do it, you need a solution which allows you to tracking all the activities of all the users. You need to know what they are doing. It's like, if you visit an enterprise company, a corporation, you see each chair has information. Oh, it belongs to OpenText and it's from Paris. Oh, something is wrong. This is Berlin. But okay, we know. Very easy. Yeah. If you visit them, if you talk to them, if you ask, they say, oh, no worry, there is a number underneath the chair and we know everything. When we bought it, what was the price, blah, 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 blah. I say, that is very nice. Oh, I see access point over there. Can you tell me who knows credentials of that access point? It's probably Joe, Johnny, maybe Paul. Yeah. So they understand how they handle the assets. They should handle secrets in a very similar way, except including where it fits or from which room is it. This is also Paris. Strange. You need to have audit not per record but per value, because let's say passwords, you keep track, so you have the whole history. Then you need to audit each value, because if you change the password, there is the old password, it's compromised, and the new password, it is not compromised except one user, the user who did the change, not me. I know. So that is also very, very important. And then you need reporting, which allows you, in fact, to filter. You run a report, and you run a report like, show me, here is the user, what is compromised by this user. And you can run this report again. And at the end, when you are done with the job, the report says nothing, as was at the picture. And then you are done. And of course, it can happen in that way that you really, intensely work on it, or because it's a live system and other users are working and they are changing passwords, etc., it can simply happen. Yeah. So if somebody leaves and you do nothing, after some time, if for example, if I do not recommend you to enforce users to change passwords, that is not smart. But if you do, then within, 90 or 180 days, almost everything should be changed. Should be. So then, even if you do nothing, you might be okay, because that user who left is not compromising anything. Of course, the recommended approach, recommended way, do it. And it's not only about you, it's also about him or her. Because if you change everything, then the let's say a previous member of IT department is not in doubts. Oh, will somebody investigate me because something will happen after I leave? Yeah. So for both sides, it's better. Not only for you, but also for the user. And now you need to work with your report with a type of record. Yeah. Because credentials and other records we mentioned before, it's easy or not that easy to change, but doable. But there are secrets, classified documents. That's the best example. You cannot change it. If there is, classified document can be anything, and as an agreement, you work on agreement is classified because it's very important for the business or it's classified by law. So if the user been working with the document, you cannot change it. It's simply there. So this needs to be handled in a different way. But if you are a let's say, a responsible person, chief security officer, you need to tell. I have I mixed two slides. Okay, you need to tell others. Let's switch here. This is the right slide. About such secrets compromised by that person. So again, it can be another meeting. Again, I recommend you a meeting in person to have all the information, to feel how it is, and inform the responsible people what's in the risk. And they need to take a decision. Yeah. Of course, in case of classified documents, there is probably nothing you really can do except the window in Spain. But okay, there can always be a deal. Yeah? You know that there are agreements, typically manager agreements, and it says, okay, we pay you extra money for 6 months, 12 months, just, to make sure you will not, let's say, publish document or do whatever. That's typical. And that is always like, this is also like, oh, you cannot work for any competition, yeah, for this time. Now we will see what is going to happen in Formula One. Navy is going to work for Aston Martin. After the period, he was not allowed to work for other teams, and we will see what will happen, right, with Aston Martin and Red Bull. Okay, so now this slide is the next slide, and I will show you how this can be, how it can look like. I just need to change sharing to share, stop sharing and share screen. Okay. So here I have SecureAnyBox. Let me minimize this. Okay. So this is our SecureAnyBox5, and it's our live system. So if I ask you, please close your eyes. It's, otherwise, you compromise the secrets, and I do not know what will happen. So, just very shortly, we have everything is organized in so-called safe boxes or groups of safe boxes. You see here in our system, I have access to 222 groups or safe boxes. And when you see the names of safe boxes, most of them are dedicated to our customers or partners, like our dear partners from Microsoft and some other companies. So I'm not going to show you this data, don't worry. And we work with these safe boxes. Some of them are private, so this is private, just mine. Some of them are shared. And we also have a very special safe box called white envelope. By the way, you know, I travel like crazy. I visit so many countries, and I have seen white envelope everywhere. Everybody knows what is that, because organizations are afraid what can happen if we lost our admin or our user. Yeah. So they jail. You like it, right? So no. But Department of Jails is our customer, and that's very interesting customer. You know, 15,000 employees, 3,500 of them working with computers, and the rest is working with enforcement tools. Okay, so this is my white envelope. And white envelope is very special safe box because here I can see the list of so-called security officers. And in our small organization, any two of them, not one, any two of them can open white envelope. In bigger organizations, we see configurations like 8 security officers, any 4 of them. Yeah, because this is a real backdoor. You do not need it if your users are okay, not dying every day, etc. So you do not need it. And when I written here, I have some, you know, first 3 lines. Those are accounts I need to interact with government, and this is a document. So you see the different icon, credentials, document, and it's in Czech. I apologize, but I can translate for you. It's for my wife if I die, not her, me. Yeah? You know how it is. If I would tell my wife where is the money, I probably will not survive till next day. Huh? But of course, if anything would happen to me, I do not want to see her and my kids in trouble. So that's a very important document. And I hope that our security officers will give her the document. She does not know about that. Okay, so you see that we have really many records in our SecureAnyBox5. And now I want to show you the report I've been talking about. So this is one of the reports, access to records. So I want to investigate. So let me choose some users. Like this lady is working in the distribution department, and you see she is compromising 4 records, and some of them are already deleted in a bin, because it works like with other systems. You delete something, it goes to a bin, and then you can show the bin. So in her case, we need to change 40 records, and we are okay. 40 records, that's not bad. But I can try other guy. He is our consultant, and you see 930. Oh, that is not that nice, but still far much better than 10,000 plus we have in the whole system. Yeah? So yeah, it's a lot, but still doable. And you see this report is, I would say, clickable. So you can click, and you can go to the detail, and you can change it. So when I run the report again, it will be not 930, but 929, because I change one. This is very easy way how you can do it, and you can just click change password, and you can do it. Yeah. And you do not need to think, as I mentioned in the morning, you need to click this. If you are able to click this button, you are able to work with SecureAnyBox5. Yeah, because this button generates new password. Of course, the second step is to set the new password. And this is Jenkins server. We use Jenkins for builds, for build automation. And here are some notes. Password is for root, and here is some more information. Okay, so that's the very easy way how you can do that, or how somebody else can do that. I as a user, I have access to many records because I'm the responsible person, but I do not use it. That's not my job. My job is different. So I'm responsible, so I have access to be able to run this report, to see everything, but I do not use it. But this guy, he does the job. He is consultant, he is working, he's connecting to customers. That is why when I repeat the report, it's here, you see last access was today. Is it today or no? Yeah, it's 26. Yeah. It's 26, 10:57 a.m. was the last access he had to this to this record, because we have a rule: nothing is outside SecureAnyBox5. Not only credentials, but any classified information. For example, what is classified? Excel sheet with IP addressing. That is something you can find it everywhere. I never ever visit a company or organization without Excel sheet with IP addressing. If you install something new for them and you ask them, hey, what IP address should I set? Oh, wait a second. I need to check our sheet. Brrr. Yeah, you can use this one. Is it okay? Yes, set it. And so this is very valuable. Yeah. Because if you use a tool like Nighthawk or Keinenabel, these tools, and you have the sheet, the organization is in troubles. So that is definitely something which should not be anywhere. No C drives, no notebooks, nothing. Everything in SecureAnyBox. Yeah? A single credential, single combination of username and password is not that valuable like that sheet. Keep it in mind, by the way. So when I compare this with permissions, yeah. So again, I can choose the same guy, yeah. And you see permissions to save boxes, yeah. He can go to 101 save boxes or groups. This is a group, and inside the group there are save boxes, and we see what level of access he has. Yeah, but when we compare this with the real accesses, we can see that he is not, he did not visit all the records, did not read all the records he can. He just use what he needs for the work. When I change the user, sorry. And again, investigate the lady, you see that she compromised 40 records, but she has access to 46 save boxes. You see the difference. Yeah? So she potentially has access to many records, but she is not using it. By the way, what is also important, because now we talk about, I would say, ex post investigation that happened in the past, and we investigate today. Oh, we want to see, what is compromised, etc. But of course, you can run in serious problems if some employee, some user, decide to play the game against you. Yeah. So that guy can decide, okay, I'm going to collect everything I can, and I go. So this is perfect, but you also need SIEM integration. You need to watch everything in real time, and you need to set a threshold like, okay, if I see anybody open more than, let's say, 10 records per 10 minutes as a security incident. And I'm not kidding, we have customers, not one, not two, many. And they exactly do this. One customer, that's a government organization, and they are our customer for a very long time. And there is a guy who is responsible for security, CSO. Very nice guy, very smart guy, by the way. And they use QRadar. You know it, yeah. That's one of the best SIEM solutions you can have. Very expensive. And all thresholds, all messages that goes to his phone. So he is kidding like, oh, when I get a message like Mr. Smith opened too many records, I use the same phone. I call the guard at the entrance and say, hey guys, please stop Mr. Smith. I need to talk to him. Seriously, that's security in reality. That is security, because if you let him go, okay, later you can say, oh, you did the bad thing. Yeah, but everything is out. And then you run against time. It's like, the discussions on the internet. If you have 100,000 workstations and the administrator password is the same everywhere and it leaks, what's time you need to change it? Yeah, and if you have thousands of records, and you need to change it because it leaked that way, then it's difficult. Once you run against time, you are in troubles. So this is the way how it works, what the user can do and what the user really access. And that's why I can show you some example. That's a company from United States. They had subsidiary in Czech Republic and they closed it, so it's not active anymore. And there's a company producing some small things, yeah. And I use it for my demos. So the number of records here is really excessive because I use and add more. Okay. So, but when you let's say want to see this is in Czech, and it means Wi-Fi access point basement on the right. So the information says it's Wi-Fi access point in the basement. On the right side, there is Wi-Fi. You can see the detail of the record, and this part of the information is not encrypted. It is protected just by my authentication. Authentication can be two-factor. This is, by the way, two-factor. I'm outside, but this is not that important, yeah, because it's in the basement on the right side. Okay, what is really classified is the password. So I need to use my access code. This is quite complicated mechanism. I provide my access code. It goes to the server. Server converts my access code, which is a string of any length, to a key of fixed length. Then it decrypts my private key. Then it used my private key to decrypt the AES key of the SecureAnyBox, and then it used the AES key to decrypt the record. This is going to happen now. So now I'm in audit. As somebody who really compromised this record, and I see the nice generated password. This is definitely generated by SecureAnyBox5. If I visit other record, the client, the JavaScript client I use, now remembers my access code. So I do not need to enter my access code again. And for example, before, many years ago, when the client already knew the access code, it immediately opened the encrypted part. But our customer said, oh, this is not nice, because somebody can just open the record by mistake, but it's already in audit and we do not want this. So even the client knows the access code, nothing arrives from the server until I click this show the password. And now I'm again in audit. Yeah? So maybe it on the first side, it looks like this is not that efficient because you must click, but that's about Ordnung. Yeah? Jawohl. So because you simply click it. No excuse. Yeah. You click it. Done. Yeah. So that's the way you run from your enterprise customers. And you see, I can, let's say, investigate audit of this record. So I see everything from the database who access this specific record in the system. Mr. Kořínek, Mr. Svoboda, and then me during my demos, Mr. Šamša. Yes, it's me. So, of course, if you would investigate myself, we need to check Václav, we'll see what I compromise. And you see here two different things. Get the password and view record. That's not the same. So that's why we see two records in the audit. Yeah. Oh, we still have a few minutes. So when you want to investigate anybody who is leaving, you have tools you need. Yeah? With anything like shared file on the server, absolutely no way. With that you can use some clouds. Yeah, but there is a problem in design. This was from the beginning designed as enterprise solution. When we start working on this part of SecureAnyBox, that was in 2005, and it took us 6 years before we released first version. So that's enterprise product. When you see our dear competitors like LastPass and 1Password, they are designed as single user. For single user, it works great. When you need sharing, it's a hack. They can do it with some limitations, but it's a hack. If you need audit, if you need this stuff, forget about it. So I know one customer in the United States, and they use LastPass, and they pay other company, and that company has a big team, and they do audit for them manually. Not kidding. Not kidding. Manually. They generate, imagine, I don't know, 100 people, and they work every day, and they really, check, and they prepare the audit manually because that company needs audit. It is not available from LastPass. Okay, they do it this way. Yeah. So it's like with Windows, almost everything is a hack. Yeah. Not everything, almost. I would like to show you one thing which is not directly related to our topic today, and that's compliance. Yeah, because when you have a strong solution like SecureAnyBox5, you have audit, you have all the reports and watching and notification, everything, but you also need to be sure that what you keep in such a nice tool is not a rubbish. Yeah, because imagine you would have all these functions and users will keep passwords like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or in my country, for example, one of the most used passwords is Heslo Veslo. Okay, so you want to be sure it's not there, so you want to check and you can use to report. So I can let's say for you, I can check Amesbury again. I need to provide my access code again. And it goes through the records. You see the result. The lowest entropy found is 3.17. Are you aware what is entropy? In fact, it's a number which says how difficult it is to guess the password. Yeah? A 4-digit PIN for your bank card has entropy around 13. 3 times 4.7, let's say, something like that. 3.17 is really poor. And you see Konica Minolta. Do you know what password is there?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
And once again.
Maybe once again.
Yeah. Why it's so long? Why the entropy is so low? Because it's in the dictionary. Yeah, it's in the dictionary. So you know, it works with dictionaries. So if you use a password which is close to a word in dictionary, it shows very low. So you see here, these are generated passwords. And because the configuration for the safe box is simply, one configuration, all the entropies are very similar. There is no difference. If it's 60.29 or 60.98, that's not different. Yeah. But other passwords are there because set by the customer. Yeah. And you see time to crack 14 seconds. That is 0. Time to crack 1 hour, 0. Time to crack 1 year, it's still 0. It's still 0. We use Moore law, so if we run this report a month later, it will show lower number. But you know that NSA probably is using more powerful computers for password cracking. So what is not 0, let's say, is 40 centuries. That is almost okay. Yeah, but the best is 100,000 centuries. That's okay. That's okay. So I can show you how it works, and then we can have some discussion. So if I, let's say, create a new record, the easy one, just account TTP Munich. Yeah. And I will enter my favorite password, which is December, English word. Capital D, ECEM, you see the entropy is growing, and it works in that way that this client, whenever I hit button, it sends it to the server calculates entropy and goes back. So now I have, you see, DSEM, okay? So I add B, still a bit higher, almost 24. But then I add E, and it goes down to 16 because DSEM E is too close to a word which is in the dictionary. If I add the last, it's only 9.47. Okay. Oh, this is not nice. Let's add 2025. No change. The mechanism knows it's a year. So we have a dictionary. Dictionary is a stupid text file. You can add your own dictionary. Like if you live in Munich, you definitely need dictionary and BMW in it. If you live in Stuttgart, that is more difficult because you need to add Mercedes and Porsche. Now 2 words. Then you can really help your users not to use weak passwords. Because the problem with real words is that we simply do not have that many. I do not know. Is somebody here from the UK? No. You are? No.
No.
In UK, the government is trying to help people to, let's say, work with IT in a secure way. So what they did, they published a recommendation, I don't know, maybe 3 years ago. And the recommendation was use 3 random words as your password. 3 random words. And I don't know, 3 months ago, they published new recommendation. They said, we really apologize. That was not a good idea. Please use 5 words. And you know why? How many words we have? You know, you maybe know Webster and Longman. They do English dictionaries, and the easiest Longman for African colonies has only 1,500 words, and many of them is orange, banana, and this stuff. But that's maybe fun. Real, English, it's about roughly 8,000 words. If you speak English, you know 8,000 words, your English is fluent. Of course, if you pass a university, Oxford, yeah, you maybe know 70,000. Webster says that somebody who passed Oxford knows 70,000 words, but you do not use them. Yeah? If you need to communicate, 8,000 is enough. If we have a password of 3 words, 8,000 multiplied 8,000 multiplied 8,000. Unfortunately, this is very low number. If you know how many attempts you can deliver within a single second with a good computer. So 5 multiplied 8,000 multiplied 8,000, far much better. Far much better, because we talk about 8,000, 8,005. Yeah. But still, my recommendation, do not do it this way. Always use generated password and protect your SecureAnyBox5 with something you will not forget, and which is very, very, very difficult to guess. Like, I run with my dog every morning. Please do not use it, it's mine. Yeah. But seriously, maybe you remember some song your mother been singing to you when you was very young kid. Use the first line of it. Perfect. Just do not put it on your Facebook, like in my profile. This is my favorite song. Do not do it. Yeah. So this is just recommendation, but also recommendation for your users. So we are almost out of the time. Any questions? Any comments? Any complaints? Yes, sir. Yeah. Only once. Yes. Yes. With password generator, you're perfectly okay. We have some crazy customers, and the most crazy customers is another secret government organization, and they have a rule that the minimum entropy of password they use is 400 bits. 400 bits. That means that the minimum number of characters in the password is, let's say, 65. So when they organize a tender like, oh, we want to buy a software, in conditions, you always see your software must be able to work with at least 65 characters. You would not believe, but so many software simply cannot do it. SecureAnyBox can work with 253 characters. So you okay. No problem. We can generate, whatever. We do not have time. I can show you later how it works with presets. I do not like special character, especially nobody knows what is that. Funny Microsoft? Microsoft says $sign is a special character. Pound sign and euro sign is not a special character. Wow, they do not like us. And your comment or question? Or you forget?
Can I search from the same?
Yes, here it is. Reports, search for password. You enter your password.
No. The same entries.
Yes, For a specific password or
Not mine.
in the password audit, there is a column which tells you what is duplicated.
Yeah, DDoS.
So you see duplicity 6 and you see what is duplicated. No, that that depends on the scope. I use one box as a scope to be really fast, not to lose that much time. But you can investigate the whole scope you can see. You cannot investigate what you do not see. But what do you see? You can investigate. Any other question, comment, complaint? I provide special discounted offers till Friday. Just kidding. That's it. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot. See you next time. Thank you.